As most of you sports fans know, yesterday was a big turning point in the world of baseball. Yesterday there was a file submitted by a guy named Mitchell, random dude, and finally happened. 81 players? Was it 81?
I'm not a baseball fan, dude.
81 players that were informally charged with steroid use. Now, me personally, I've been waiting for this to happen for quite a while now. And I've just been really sick of knowing that players are on steroids, but nobody will say anything about it. It's just like something you have to keep quiet for some reason, and I don't like Jason Giambi. He, 5 years ago, great player, unbelievable player for the Oakland A's, and all of a sudden, somebody dropped a hint that he might be on steroids. All of a sudden, he disappeared. He was gone. He's just disappeared, and apparently, probably what he did is he stopped using steroids, and now he sucks. And Rondell White. Okay, I have to mention Rondell White because I live in Minnesota. I am a big Twins fan, and Rondell White. If anybody knows anything about Rondell White, he sucks. He's old. He's way out of his prime. He was charged with steroid use? How does that even work? I thought steroids... You know what probably happened is somebody gave him the wrong kind of steroids. They gave him like some plant steroid to make the plants grow bigger, which hasn't even happened with him. That kind of sounded like an innuendo, though. I mean, after using steroids, he's played about as good as Britney Spears in a live concert. But then you've got Barry Bonds. Now, no one's denying that Barry Bonds is on steroids. He is on steroids. Everybody knows that. I mean, look at pictures of him 10 to 15 years ago. He was not a muscle man 10 to 15 years ago. Sure, he was a good player, but he was not a muscle man. Just look at pictures of him. You can see it. He hasn't been working out at all. He's probably spent more time in his bedroom with a beer in one hand and a needle in his arm than he has, like, autographing baseballs for 10-year-olds.
Did you script this? Lame.
Okay, man. All right. Now, Roger Clemens. He's like the defining pitcher of our era. Not the steroids era, but like the last 20 years. He's been the defining pitcher. Just what you needed. Just what you needed, Roger. You just needed a scandal. Right when you're, about to end your career. You were going to end it last year. They might end it this year. May go one more year or 2 or 20. I don't know. It's just what you needed. It was a scandal just to, top it off. Cherry on top. Ding. Now the Rocket is, just some fake piece of meat hurling 100-mile-an-hour fastballs while still being an old man. And he is still really good. I mean, there's no denying he's still really good. But I mean, to be as good as he is, he probably has more junk flowing through his veins than Kurt Cobain and Jimi Hendrix combined. And then Mo Vaughn. You all know Mo Vaughn. He used to be not so big, and now he's very big. And that was kind of awkward. But he is just the fat man. I mean, I think his baseball cards later are going to have, like, Santa on his name. Put Santa in between Mo and Vaughn. Mo Santa Vaughn.
Sounds
Santa
like some
Vaughn.
like Mexican country, like Santa Vaughn.
Like
Mexican
Columbus
country.
Vaughn.
Mexican is
a Mexican country. It does sound like a Mexican country.
Shut up.
Now the question that we have to face is what to do with these players that have wrecked their reputations. Well, 50 years ago, Pete Rose was charged with gambling against his own team. What happened to him? He is not in the Hall of Fame. He is not in the record books. And so I think the same thing should happen to all these people that are just basically cheaters. I think if all of these players were banned from the major leagues, the Yankees pretty much wouldn't have a team right now. They'd pretty much be wiped clean.
Considering that, like, 22 of the convicted
22 players.
Don't hold us to that.
How do you even do that? And there was also some talk about changing the Yankees logo. And I have a really good idea for a new logo. How about a syringe?
Oh, pwned.
Just